What's up again, viewers? Brian here with 3TR, and we got another episode of People's Questions, and I have a very big contest for my top 3 winners, which are Smooth Ace, Digital Man 123, and Spectral Shadow, in which we will finally give out the mega prize, the $50 card. And speaking of $50 cards, at this point, from last time I checked, I'm only about 5 subs away from having to give out $50 cards every contest, or something else, which is probably just also as good, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, I got actually a lot more questions than I thought I was going to get for this episode, so I'd really like to thank everyone who sent in your questions. Keep them coming and spread the word, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Basically, how it works here is you guys pretty much send in your questions any way you can, either by my Facebook, Twitter, PlayStation Network, or just comment any question you want down below, and I answer it in the next episode. So, let's get started. The first question comes from a good Facebook friend of mine, and he goes by the name of Timmy Prime 07, and he wants to know what top 3 games I loved but I thought I was going to hate. Okay, so games I ended up loving but I thought I was going to hate them. Let's see. I didn't think I was gonna like, okay, here's one. I kind of goes back a couple years back. I really didn't think I was gonna like Final Fantasy X-2, because I kind of was puzzled at the time when it was announced of why would they make a sequel to like my favorite Final Fantasy. I mean, the way it ended, it was kind of made it different from the other endings, because it wasn't a happy ending. It was kind of a sad ending, but a fulfilling ending. So I was thinking like, oh crap, why would they try to expand it? And as we all know, it didn't quite end up being as great as we were hoping. However, I did enjoy Final Fantasy X-2. I kind of call it one of Square Enix's experiments of something they try once and then never try again. Unfortunately, they don't listen, so I don't know what the hell they're smoking. So Final Fantasy X-2 would be one. Another one would be let's see. I think it was Star Wars Shadows of the Empire on the N64. I didn't think I was gonna like that game because the first level was a flyer mission and the rest was kind of a shooting one, but the jumping mechanics was really stiff. The enemies are kind of like not that interesting, and the boss fights were just repetitive, so I thought I was gonna hate it. But overall, I did end up actually enjoying it on the N64 pretty much, especially the last mission. It's not quite as good as games like, say, Battlefronts 1 or 2 and The Force Unleashed 1, but I think it's a pretty fair game. But by far the biggest one that I absolutely thought I was gonna absolutely hate and didn't even know why I even wanted to play it was Assassin's Creed 2. Now, I played Assassin's Creed 1 at a friend's house when I was about 16, and I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes of the game, and I hated it ever since. So when I heard that they were making an Assassin's Creed 2, I thought this was the dumbest thing ever, but you know, with GameFly, I decided to rent it, and I got addicted to it. I don't know what happened with 1, but I absolutely fell in love with 2. So much that I bought Brotherhood afterwards, and Revelations, even though I still have not beaten Revelations. I don't know. Maybe I'll beat it right before Assassin's Creed 3 comes out. So yeah, those are the top 3 games that I thought I was gonna hate, but ended up loving. The next question comes from Spectral Shadow himself, one of my contest winners, and he would like to know, what are my top 3 games do I think are going to be Game of the Year? Let's see. Okay, as much as I hate stating it, I think Call of Duty Black Ops will unquestionably be one of the contenders. I personally don't think it will, because I'm kind of retired from Call of Duty, but I think it'll definitely be one of the main choices for Game of the Year. The next one would probably be maybe Mass Effect 3. However, with that ending, that might hurt its chances, but as a game, it's pretty solid. Just not the last 10 minutes. If you've seen my Mass Effect 3 review, So Mass Effect 3. And the last one I think has a chance, maybe. I'm not sure if PC gaming might be considered, but I don't know. I guess maybe Diablo 3. I mean, I'm never gonna play Diablo. I never played any of the previous Diablos, and I don't plan on playing this one at all. But I do know how popular it is. So those are my 3 choices of what games I think might win Game of the Year, even though it's kind of unlikely. Hang on, let me get something up. Damn. There we go. Even better. So that's Spectral Shadows question. And a couple of newbies here. I have 90s was the best, which again I really like that name because 90s was the best. And he has 2 questions, and he would like to know, what video game am I looking forward to the most this year? I actually posted a top 10 most anticipated games list earlier this year, but unfortunately both versions have been taken down. So if you want me to try a 3rd time, just comment down below and I'll do another video and do what were my top 10 list games. Right now I'm playing Max Payne 3, which was pretty, it was probably number 4 or 5 on my top 10s list, and I'm still gonna get that review out next Wednesday because I'm right now playing it. That's why I'm filming at work, because I want to just get this out of the way. So, but overall, the game I'm looking forward to most is Final Fantasy Versus 13. Which is no relations to those 2 just abominations. Just abominations. Oh, God. I hate talking about it. Please forgive the music. Trust me, I've stated we should kill whoever plays this music. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Final Fantasy Versus 13 is the game I'm looking forward to most this year if it comes out, which I'm hoping it comes out this year. There hasn't been any official announcements, but I want it to come out. And the next question, 90s, was the best asked, was a really difficult question, which was, what is the best video game ever made? I don't really think I can answer that question because I can't speak for everyone. I can state what game I think is the best one ever made, and ones I think many people it wouldn't hurt if they agreed or not. But personally, the best game that I have ever played, that I think is ever made, was Metal Gear Solid 3. I would go into why, but I'm planning on doing eventually a Metal Gear Solid kind of series review close to Metal Gear Solid Rising's release. When that's about to be released, I'm going to do just a series of videos reviewing all the Metal Gear Solid games, so wait on that one. But if I could speak for everybody, I think one game that I think everyone, it's just a must game played, would be probably one of the Mario games. I think in terms of video games, if you're a video game fan, Mario is simply any of the Mario games is one of the games you have to play. There's no choice. If you're a gamer, that's like a requirement. And in my opinion, you should play either Super Mario Land on the Super Nintendo, Super Mario 3 on the NES, or Super Mario 64. One of those 3s, I can never decide which one is the best one, but one of those 3 games I think would be the best one ever made, simply because it kind of set the bar of really and Mario was really the first video game icon ever, so that's some serious credibility for him.
Code 4, register 1.
Yeah, I know. And now we have the last 2 questions of this episode from a new one, and he goes by the name, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, it looks like Gio813, and he's got 2, and he wants to know, what are my top 5 favorite animes? Okay, let's see, let's try to go in order. Number 5 would be Full Metal Alchemist. Number 4 would be Avatar, even though I'm not sure if that can be considered an anime. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. It always kind of was in the middle, but it kind of had more of an anime feel for me. Number 3 would be Inuyasha. Love Inuyasha and love all the movies. I especially love the third one with the third sword. Number 2 would be an anime I saw that I watch on Netflix. It's called Bravo Girls, I think. And if you've seen it, you... I'm not a pervert or anything, but I don't know. I just kind of... It knows what the show's trying to be. And they're just not afraid to show it. So I give it credit for that. Some Japanese animes, like, you know, they try to hide it, but this one they just go all out. And if you have not seen an episode of Bravo Girls, just look it up on Netflix and watch one episode. And although it's only 2 seasons long, every episode is like that, and it's just crazy. But by far, my favorite anime of all time has to be Dragon Ball Z. Most specifically I guess from Namek till Vegeta's death with Boo. I like the first season with Raditz. However, I don't really like it as much. Things don't really get interesting until the adventure to Namek. And then with Vegeta's death, in my opinion, that's how that season should have ended. I really didn't like how they killed off Vegeta only for Boo to come back and, you know, absorb all these people, and then Goku has to come back and he has to fuse with Vegeta, and that doesn't work. So, and then in the end, Goku ends up beating Boo, which I really didn't like. I mean, in terms of the 3 great villains of Dragon Ball Z, I really felt that the 3 top Saiyans should have killed at least one of them, because you had Goku kill Frieza, you had Gohan kill Cell. So, in my opinion, it would have made perfect sense for Vegeta to kill the strongest one, because out of any character, even I say Goku, Vegeta goes through the biggest character change. He makes a complete 360, as opposed to someone like Goku, who's the same character he was in the first episode. He has that good guy, I don't want to give up kind of thing about him. And with Gohan, it's simply a growing up. As a kid, he starts as a coward. As he gets older, he grows courage, which is obvious. But to see Vegeta go from someone who wants to destroy Earth to being one of its greatest defenders and willing to sacrifice himself to save it, that's a hell of a character change. I mean, you don't even see that in most movies these days. So those are my top 5 animes. And your last question is, do I watch WWE? Yes, I did watch WWE. I stopped. I'm not sure if I should come back to it. After seeing the match, like pretty much my ultimate dream match, which I said I wanted to see since 2004, and I did see it, so I really didn't see a reason to keep watching it. But yeah, and he wants to know also, what do I think on the state of the WWE? Well, with what I've heard about Brock Lesnar coming back and probably a couple other ones, I think we're starting to significantly head back to the Attitude Era. However, I do not believe that if we are going back to the Attitude Era, that things will ever get that good, simply because we just do not have the proper characters for that kind of era. Probably 80% of the superstars that we have now in the WWE would not survive in that time. They just wouldn't fit. They would stand out, and it would be rather awkward. Back then, things were much more grittier. Storylines were much more personal, and it was just everything you want to see in wrestling. As it is, it's not how it is today. How it's more towards a family, and there's certain lines they can't cross. There's certain things in storylines they can't talk about, and if they do, it's very, very rare. So, in terms of the state, if we are going to make it back to the Attitude Era, I think it'll be better than what we've had to go through for the last 5 years, even though, personally, I think 2008, 2009 were like the really last good years of the Attitude Era, in my opinion. However, I don't think it's going to be as good as it was during, like, when Stone Cold, The Rock, and Bret Hart. I don't think it's going to get I don't think it's ever going to get that good again. And even if it did, I still don't think I'd watch it. I've had a good 8 years watching it. I I've let it go. I'm okay with it. And those were your guys' questions. Wow, I think that's the most questions I've had to do in one episode. And now it's time to get to the questions. Now, if you're new to this, wait till the next contest and I'll explain the rules. This is strictly for the 3 main winners, which are Smooth Ace, Digital Man 123, and Spectral Shout. This is just for you 3. No one else can win this contest but one of you guys. Now, I told you guys in a private message on the PlayStation Network that this was going to be the hardest one to win, and I'm not kidding around. Now, obviously you guys have seen my trophy collection, and you know I have over 4,000 trophies, which means I have probably over 100 and something games. So here's the question. How, out of all the trophy-based games that are on my list that you can look, how many of those do I actually own? Now, the thing about this particular contest is you do not have to give me a direct, you have to give me a perfect answer. The winner will be the person who can get the closest one. Now, if you try to look up the list on my Facebook or in one of my videos, it's probably already blocked it by now, so don't bother looking. You can look in other videos and see any way you can. And you have to send your answers directly to my PlayStation Network ID. I will not take your answer in any other form. It has to be sent to me since all 3 of you are my friends on the network anyway. So send your answers to me, and if you win, I will send you the $50 code, and you will gain the title for now as the Ultimate People's Questions winner. And I'm going to close the video with that. If you like this video, please like, comment down below, and subscribe up top. If you're new, you can also follow me on Twitter and friend me on Facebook. In the description right below, it'll say Facebook and Twitter, and there'll be a little link that'll take you right to my page. And you can also send any questions you want in the comments down below. Every single one of them counts, they really do. And like always, thank you for watching. I will see you next time, and time for me to get out of here.